Brianna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video is a book review, and the book I'm reviewing is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. So this is a book. I'm going to go ahead and read out the summary that I wrote for it on my blog. There are fans, and then there are fans that devote the majority of their existence to the fandom. Cath is that type of fan. She doesn't just like Simon Snow. She lives and breathes Simon Snow. She's on the forums, writing bits of Simon Snow fanfiction and making her whole world about Simon Snow. But that was okay when she was just a teen. Suddenly, she's off to university with her twin sister Wren, and they both have to grow up at some point, right? Wren sure seems to think so, but Cath isn't really ready to grow up. She's comfortable writing Simon Snow. In the Simon Snow fandom, she has a mini following of other Simon Snow fans that understand her and love Simon Snow just as much as she does. Why does she have to leave behind everything she knows and loves? And why does Wren seem so happy with moving on without her? Does Cath really have to leave her fandom behind, or can she figure out a way to balance her love and admiration of Simon Snow with her new university life? This book, as you can tell, the running theme throughout this book is very much about fan fiction and being fans of different types of work. In this case, a book series called the Simon Snow series, which is very similar to a Harry Potter-like similarity. It practically is Harry Potter in this world, and Cath's character is at the heart and center of it, a fan fiction writer. Now, I never really got into fan fiction. I don't know if it was just not really as big as I was growing up, or maybe I just didn't see the forums as much. Honestly, I think it was more I was too hesitant and scared to even dip my toe into that world. I mean, I barely even would let anyone read any of my writings, let alone a whole bunch of people who very much love the series or book or whatever that the fandom would be about. So I kind of steered clear a bit of fan fiction, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that now, because I think that fan fiction definitely has its place, and I think that it has a lot of merit. It allows writers to explore established works and test out their writing in a lot of ways. I think there's some really great writers out there that probably started in fan fiction or taking different works and kind of giving it a way to make it unique or give a spin on it and just test out their writing better. And so I think it's something that perhaps would-be writers should maybe explore and see about kind of writing about established characters, just to brush up on their writing skills and test out their writing skills. And if you can find a different fandom, like a group of people that love what you love, isn't that kind of what BookTube is? We are just trying to find people that we love and connect with that love what we love. And I think that definitely is what fan fiction and forums are all about, is connecting with people that really love what you love and enjoy different spins on it and have different theories and conversations and just having that community. It's a really big thing, and Cath has that community. Now, of course, she does have that community kind of in a way that she's able to step back because they don't know her real identity. She's able to have a anonymous surname, like username, so that she can write these fan fiction. She has this little following and people that actually are really excited to read her takes on the Simon Snow series, but she's allowed to be a bit detached from that, and I think that definitely plays into the character of Cath, because Cath is very much someone who is a polar opposite of Wren, whereas her twin sister Wren is someone who's out there and is very what comes across very extroverted and wanting to be out there with people and meet new friends and have new experiences. Cath is very comfortable in just being in her own skin and just wanting to be in her own element and be in what makes her comfortable and her familiar surroundings. So going off to university is a huge step forward for her, and just some of the experiences are taking her out of that comfort zone. And of course there's pros and cons to that. There's the pros of that it makes you forced to have new experiences and new insights and new perspectives, but it also makes you a bit uncomfortable and makes you maybe not feel so great sometimes, and maybe you struggle with that, and that's very much what Cath's character is shown doing this. So Cath's character was very relatable to me, and I think it's very relatable to a lot of readers, especially considering what I've seen about different readers talking about Fangirl, is that a lot of us see ourselves in Cath, because a lot of us love books, a lot of us get attached to characters, and we are interested in different aspects of characters, and we just really just want to enjoy our characters. And I think Cath also is really fun in that this book explores essentially a Harry Potter character and a Draco character, and they're putting them together, and Cath is interpreting her Simon Snow, which is essentially Harry Potter, and making it where it's a relationship between the chosen one and the antagonist. And I think that's pretty awesome. And you get throughout this book, if you've never read this book, you get little snippets here and there of little either fiction writings, which it'll give you by telling you where it's from and that it's a little snippet of a fan fiction writing, or it's actually supposed to be like excerpts from this Simon Snow book. And I thought that was really interesting that Rainbow did that, and I found myself actually really drawn into the stories, and I wanted to read more of the snippets, and that's actually what made me reach out and get Carry On. I'd already heard rumbling that Carry On was really good, and when I read some of the snippets in Fangirl, I really did love some of the scenes that were happening between Baz and Simon Snow, so it made me want to read Carry On that much more. But this is not a epic fantasy like Carry On is. This is more, I would say, like contemporary, I guess, is the genre. It's essentially just a nice, light book from a young adult's perspective. The young female character, there's a bit of romance in here too, so there's probably a bit of romance throughout this book would be one of the genres too. And we're really following our main character and her relationships with her sister, with her dad, with her roommate, with a new potential love interest, with all these different characters throughout this book and her interactions. And it's essentially like a bit of a coming of age story too, I want to say, because she's trying to find her place in the world. She's trying to find her interests, and she's trying to find out kind of where she fits in the grand scheme of things. I found the writing style of Rainbow Rowell. This was my first introduction to Rainbow. I haven't read any of other of her books, especially when I read this one. The only other books I've read are the Carry On, a couple of the Carry On books. But when I read Fangirl, I had read nothing at all from Rainbow Rowell. So this was my first introduction to her writing, and I found it really enjoyable. I found it something that it did keep me engaged. It kept me kind of wanting to know what was going on with these family dynamics and these relationships, and it kept me wondering how Cath was going to kind of navigate through university and what choices she was going to make and how it was going to impact herself and Wren and her father and all of that. So it was a writing style that did keep me reading, and I also found her writing style, I found, was peppered a lot with dialogue. So there's a lot of dialogue tags. There's a lot of essentially characters just going back and forth and speaking. That could be a lot of your scenes happening. I didn't find it overly descriptive or too overly wordy. I found it something that was pretty easy to read in regards to the writing style. It was a nice, good read. It was a comfort read in a lot of ways too. I found that I was enjoying it. It wasn't something where it was overly sad or over, you know, any of those kind of things. It was just something that was kind of like a warm hug reading it sometimes. It was just stepping into a bit of a character that was very relatable and just wanting to find out more about Cath and hoping the best for her in her journey. So if you love romances and kind of coming of age like stories, I think you will really enjoy this story. And if you enjoyed some of Rainbow's other books, let me know, because I'd love to go ahead and get my hands on some other of those books. If you have read her books and you found this very similar to her style of writing, then let me know, because I'm very interested, because Simon Snow is also very like peppered with dialogue, but it's a lot more punchy than I think this one was, a lot more fast-paced than Fangirl is. So that was definitely a different style of writing. So I'm wondering if her other books are more along the lines of Fangirl. So I'll have to check that out and maybe get back with you guys on that one. For me, this one was a 4 out of 5. Also, can I just say that I really love this right here. I think this is so gorgeous, and it was probably one of the other reasons that I got really excited about the Simon Snow series, and it really made me want to read Simon Snow, like I said. So I gave this one a 4 out of 5 because I thought it was a really fun, nice, enjoyable read. I'm not sure, it's a big book. It's like 400 and something pages, so I'm not sure how much I would reread, and I do tend to leave some of my 5s out of 5s for ones that I would want to reread, so I'm not quite sure if I would venture down, but perhaps, and maybe that would bump it up to a 5 out of 5 for me. But right now it is sitting at a nice, pleasant 4 out of 5 read for me. So I definitely do think if you love romances and, like I said, coming of age, you will enjoy this story. So let me know what you thought about Fangirl. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like. I'm also going to have a blog post, like usual. Gonna leave that in the description. Check that out if you're interested. Always love it. Thank you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching, and you will see me next time. Bye!